All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1191 on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It is October 28th. It is a pleasure and grateful, and we are all that just to have you all here because you could have been anywhere else, but decided to be here on this beautiful October night. We are really happy to have you because we are going to do Test Taking Techniques Tuesday, as we always have. Almost 1,000 episodes, I think. Probably about 180, 128 episodes went by before we changed it up. Probably 1,000. So we've over 1,000 times. All right. Or 1,000 episodes, I guess, huh? Something like that. We are happy to have you. My name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. But you're not here for me, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and the Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too can get a pass notice. And tonight we are going to be looking at techniques. Techniques we call sometimes hacks, we call them strategies, whatever you want to say. They are not the end all to all of your studying. There doesn't mean that you don't need to study at all. It doesn't mean that you don't need to pick up a book. It doesn't mean any of that. But there is some times where you wish you had an advantage, an edge, if you will, to where maybe the knowledge isn't floating straight to your brain because that's just how our brains work. We got a lot of things as adults to remember to do and things to be, where to be, things to be. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. It's all very confusing. The more you have things jumbled up there, more responsibilities you have, and then you're in the exam, your heart rate's going, your nervousness is kicked in, your anxiety may have been started. The energy from the energy drink is now going through your veins like a freight train through the night. Guys, it's all real. It all happens. You can't remember if an option has a call or a put and a call, or where to put your calls. You know, you know what I mean. And sometimes you just need a little technique to
Uh-huh.
get you through that question. It has nothing to do with what?
Content?
Securities.
Oh, securities.
Thank you for playing, Brandy. Anything you want to add about techniques?
Yeah, like I said this last night, but I'm gonna say it again. Like if you guys took the test and you got like a 66, 67, 68%, like these are the things that could get you over that hump. This helps you make sense of what is on the screen. So if you have to apply content, it's very clear. You have a clear path.
Another thing that can get you a clear path and get you over that hump is there's two things that you guys need to be aware of if you're gonna get this thing done. If you're heading into 2026, there's a lot of talk about a lot of things. We talked about on the SIE today, talking about fees and whatnot, how to finish out December, a strategy to go into January, all that stuff. We talk about that more going into November because believe it or not, there's a lot of incentives to get securities license still, even going into December. A lot of people are not out of this yet, and you don't want to be out of it anyway. You don't want to stop. You want to be have a game plan, really, honestly, to go forward. But there's two things that will stop people dead in their tracks every single time. One is they get overwhelmed with the busyness of life. And things overrun their studying. It's not their favorite thing to do. It becomes less and less favorite compared to other things when it comes around these times. A lot of people put everything on pause as they do, and then they don't realize how long it's going to be of a pause, and it takes a while for them to get back in if they do at all. That's when you get people that have been doing this for 3, 4, 5 years. I'm not lying. 3, 4, 5 years, people are still studying for this stuff, and it's not because failed attempts. Usually, it's usually lack of commitment to get through it. If I'm being brutally honest, they stop for various reasons. It takes backseat. It doesn't become a priority in the moment, and then it's hard for them to get back into it. And then they finally get back into it, and then it's like pretty much how people go to the gym. They're interested for about 3 weeks, the pain comes, and then they're not interested anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, lucky if you get through 3 weeks usually. And especially difficult when you're going through a program that has like multiple chapters, units, and then they want you to take multiple quizzes, score certain things, and then you realize this is dragging on for months just to get one exam. And then people are like, I don't know if it's worth it. Guys, we have plans for our stuff that's like 21 days. It's meant to get you through the whole thing in 90 days. A lot of people sometimes don't, but it has nothing to do with us. It's more about people and being committed and keeping that positive mental attitude that we talk about all the time. Some people feel like if they studied and they studied and they studied, it's a slam dunk to get a pass notice. If you studied and then you go out there and you take quizzes and you score 80s and 90% in Q banks, like a lot of people say that you should, and you'll get it. If you go attend that newest whatever uh boot camp crash course weekend for 4 or 5 days, and then you take the test on Wednesday, flag 24 questions. Like there's all these weird like gimmicks and
Gimmies.
things and whatever people say to get a pass notice and will help you pass. The surefire way that we've seen is number one. You might want to write this down. Number one, you got to know. I wish I could cuss. You got to effing know why you want to do this. Freaking know. I want to just add that on there just because you got to really know why. If your why is not strong for doing anything, you're pretty much going to bow out every time. If you don't really want to do something, you're really not going to do it. That's when you have people who don't really go to the gym. They say they want to go to the gym, but they don't really want to go to the gym. If someone says, "Hey, can we go here instead?" they usually go there instead. You have to be committed and you have to know why you do it, because when those distractions, when you don't feel like doing it, when it gets hard, when it gets tough, when the pain comes, you still want to stay on track because their why is much bigger than that. The why is everything. If you don't have that strong why, you're not going to do the dang thing. You're not. It's just not serious enough for you, and you're an adult and you can make your own choices and you don't really have to, because your mom's not going to send you to bed without your phone because you didn't do your securities homework. That just doesn't happen, right? They should. I wish I could tell your mamas and then you guys all get busted, but no, you won't. So your why has to be strong. Number one. Number two, you got to be on a plan. You got to stick to the plan. What plan? Is it just your plan, Andy, that you're trying to like get us to pay for? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying a plan in general. Whether you have my plan, someone else's plan, Brandy's plan, the Almighty's plan, none of these plans work unless you really want the plan to work, unless you work the plan. You can't go into a plan 3 days in or 2 days in and say, you know what, the plan doesn't work. You haven't even seen the plan go all the way into effect. You have never followed it all the way through. You didn't do steps 1 through 10. You skipped one, two. I mean, you did 1 and 2 and you skipped to 6, and then you felt like 7 and 8 were too much. And then you went and did 9 and 10, and you can't understand why it didn't all go back together like it should. That's like trying to put a car together and you said, I'm going to start with the doors first. Why? Because it's easy. What about the other parts like the engine? That's hard. I ain't doing that. Well, then you can't complain when it doesn't run. It doesn't look like a car. You know what I mean? You can't complain when the test doesn't work out in your favor. Now, sure, there's a lot of things that, Brandy and I could do better, or any study prep can do better, or Q Banks can do better, or whatever could be better. But the bottom line is we all have to have number three is accountability. If you don't have any accountability for your BS, you're not going to do it either. You're not going to finish it through. You're not going to see it through. Accountability is everything. And you got to have somebody that'll hold you accountable and say, knock it off. You know what I mean? There goes back to your mama, right? Or somebody that raised you, or somebody that you entrust, or someone who's just that straight friend who just tells you how it is, and they won't let you get away with it. You got to have ultimate accountability in some way or another. It doesn't have to be brutal. It doesn't have to be strong coaching. I like that. Brandy does not. She hates that, but she loves a good guilt. She's a person who responds well to a good guilt. Some of you all are you respond well to a guilt. Brandy's looking at me, but you know what? When she was studying and I said, "Hey, I got the kids, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning," and so how's it going over there with the studying? If she wasn't doing it, she felt guilty and then she would do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not wrong with my guilt, am I?
No, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. But if I yelled or said something or complained or whatever, not a chance she was doing it.
Oh, opposite.
Right. But if she felt like there was her duty, it was her purpose, she should be holding up her end. Absolutely. That's how I held her accountable. I was doing my part. Are you going to do your part? And she did. You have to have accountability, right? So, with those three things, you can do this. You got to know your why, you got to follow a plan, and you got to be accountable. You really do. And then all the other stuff will fall into place, because you can't be consistent and persistent with something I guess I should add a 4. Got to be consistent and persistent. If you're consistent with anything, eventually it will go in your favor. Because eventually you're going to get good enough. Eventually you're going to master it. Eventually you'll get to that point. Just like the techniques, just like these exams, just like everything else. Consistency and persistency, and you just become resilient to everything. And then you're just going to do it because all the other main things are in place. That's it. That's all the keys to getting a pass notice. And if you want more on how to do that and how we get through it, that's how we're going into November with the way Kona is going to be in these live sessions. It's not just going to be talking about these kinds of things, but it's going to be a lot different. Kona 2.0 is coming. You guys better be ready. New live sessions coming in November. I hope you join in on the live sessions and find out how Brandy went over a little bit of it in the SIE today. Are we going to put what she went over today out there as far as like explaining how everything's going to go? No, we're not. You had to have been there. You'll see a lot of it come out as we debut it, but Kona 2.0, we've been strongly working on it. We are still working on it, but we have a really good 1.0 in place right now that's helped out lots of people to do it. We got course videos, we got live exam sessions, we got all member sessions, we got small group tutoring, we got one-on-one tutoring. We do have that accountability if you want it. We have a lot of stuff going on. We have the Kona community. We have books for sale, SIE 663, 2665. And I want to say this, October 31st, the discount runs out on Kona. We've been running a Patreon discount. The discount runs out on the 31st or the 30th, 31st. So make sure to get in on that before it runs out. In December, I do run some other stuff, but that's ways away. That's ways away. And that's very limited. So this is like the last of my big ones as we push into it. Who knows? I may surprise everybody on Black Friday or something. I don't know. But for right now, this is our last one for a while. It runs out on the 31st. So get on that discount for the first time, first people, first time, first to sign up kind of thing. Yeah, so go check it out. Scan the QR code, hit the links 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text, KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. All right. We do not have live sessions tomorrow because we're working on 2.0, to be honest. We have a full on full day, full schedule. We even are doing a little bit of one-on-ones tomorrow. So we will not be doing any day sessions tomorrow as far as a live Zoom for anybody. But we will be around. We will be on the Discord. I will be answering phones. I'll be working on stuff. So reach out if you need that help. But we will be back for the studying brew in the evening. All right.
Yes.
All right. Let's get to the techniques. Brandy, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say, Brandy?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Rule number 1 to test taking techniques Tuesday is you're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter if she put up a chemistry question. It doesn't matter if she put up a American history question. It doesn't matter if she put up a pop culture question. It doesn't matter. All it matters is the techniques.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. So follow the techniques. Watch how she breaks them down. We'll look at the strategies. Don't need to put any kind of content. And sometimes I say that, and then she does anyway. But it'd probably be very little, if any. But you really got to just be open-minded to just seeing the simple layups that Brandy's going to get you. And how do you get good at anything? Just like I just went over, you just got to practice. You just got to practice it, and don't be afraid to fail. Be persistent and consistent with practicing these skill sets, and then you'll get that extra edge. All right, you ready to go?
Yes. Just go for it, guys. Let's go for it. Try something new.
Speaking of go for it, you ready?
Mm-hmm. I changed the color of my pen.
Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Pen color, very important.
Yeah. Anyways,
speaking of pen colors, we have an Amazon store available, and there is erasable gel pens just added. You can get that link right there in the chat.
Yes. Anything else?
No.
All right.
I'm just trying to make $1 around here.
Pete, Ida, Bob, Patricia. Actually, couldn't care less about their names. No offense. Seacoast Securities, Seacoast Securities, Seacoast Securities, Seacoast Securities. None of this matters. So I got to pay attention to the middle now. And if you guys look, we've got a representative, a CIO. That is chief information officer. We got a customer, and we got a portfolio manager for an investment advisor that custodies. Who says that, by the
I'm
way?
going to say the customer is the most unofficial thing in the whole program.
Yeah, this is the only one who is not working for or with.
Nope, just a dude trying to do some business with somebody.
So you guys see what we just did there? We got it down to just that. C is definitely different. So I looked at the questions and it said, which of these may purchase, like I even ignore the whole beginning, may purchase on IPO at the pop. I mean, doesn't really matter. A customer buys stuff.
Right. It doesn't matter if she was talking about sody pop or an IPO or pop. Still a customer.
Yep.
Could be nachos. Customer buys stuff.
Increase or decrease of the costs of a representative basket of goods. But no, check this out. All economic activity. And then the amount of pollution. Okay, this is going to be funny when you guys see the question. Okay, so when you guys see the
It's
question,
going to be like something about farts.
it's hilarious. No,
Oh, that would have been funny.
gross.
Well, it says the amount of pollution.
And then look at within a nation, within a nation. So if I was going with my techniques of two that are similar,
B
I
and
got
D.
those two. And then I also have those two. So B is the one that has the double dip.
So the answer is B.
Yes. Now this is what's funny, guys. So we're talking about gross domestic product, and I'm like, funny.
See, it was almost farts.
Produced. Anyways. Yes. Ladies do not talk about that.
Well, it's even grosser.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So, see? Didn't even read the question. Knew the answer was B. All right. Profitability and operational performance, cash reserves, total asset value, equity distribution. Sounds all very fancy, but this literally has an and in it. I read the question and I'm like, okay.
All right.
Oops, wrong tool. I mean, it's that easy. Just looked at the and. Now, for those of you who are new, seeing this video for the first time, for some reason, if there is one answer choice that has an and in it, it's usually the answer. Can't explain it. Don't know why. Just is.
No reason or rhyme.
Market maker, underwriter, agent, broker. This is the only one with 2 words. The rest of them are all 1 word.
Probably the answer.
So I looked at the question, confirmed the question. When transacting business, oh wait, you have to know the inventory part. But anyways, it's the answer. The
So
one
if you
with
didn't know, there you go. If you want to know content, there you go.
Okay. That was the content.
Well, markets have inventory.
That was the inventory piece.
Can't sell spam if there's no inventory of spam.
Sure. Communications with public retail investors, the sale of control and restricted securities. Boom. 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 Boom.
Start calling you R2 with all those boops and beeps.
Okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. All right. What else do I got here? Portfolio management fees, salaries, and administrative fees. Right. So you guys are gonna be like, it's B, because we just had a bunch of answers.
I was gonna say C because there's no fee.
See, look, fee. This one's different because there's no fee. See that? And so I looked at the question and it says, except no fee. The one that's different. Ooh. Simple.
That's
easy.
it.
Simple, easy, less stress. Oh, that was the last one.
Less anxiety, less stress. Do you see what I'm saying? If you are going to go into that exam and you don't know Jack about Sally or Sally about Jack, guess what? You're okay because you just got to match the technique up. And 9 times out of 10, who knows? You might be right. Might be right there. You might not need to like know actual content, but there is going to be some questions, no doubt, on the exam that you're going to need to know some content. There's going to be some questions on there. You can't get out of knowing content. But you can do is add an extra edge with these techniques. And what content do you need to study? Well, get onto our program. Study with us. We have books that literally zero in on exact content, what you need, and that's all you need. All right, everybody. Well, we got no studying brew tomorrow night. We didn't talk about that. Wait, tomorrow Wednesday? Oh, never mind. I'm a day off. We'll be back for the studying brew tomorrow night.
We have no day zooms.
We have no day zooms. Thursday, we have no studying brew. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate all of you. No matter what, brew or no brew, it doesn't matter unless you stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great one.